Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Govinda, Gopala, Hari Om, Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Govinda Namo Narayana Gopala Namo Narayana Namo Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Govinda Namo Narayana Gopala Namo Narayana Namo Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Govinda Namo Narayana Gopala Namo Narayana Namo Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Govinda Namo Narayana Gopala Namo Narayana Namo Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Krishna Krishna Govinda Gopala Hari Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Govinda Namo Narayana Govinda Gopala Hari Om. Namo Narayana Hari Om. Govinda Namo Narayana Gopala Namo Narayana Namo.
No, not Jaya. No. That lady, he used to come to Satsang, come every retreat. This is the head lady. Yeah, she's been coming a lot. He's here a lot until this last week. So. So we're seeing it. Namaste, welcome everyone to Satsang this morning. And welcome to all who are joining us via broadcasting today. Big welcome. I'm reminded that so many are getting up, different time zones involved here, so people are sometimes getting up early or staying up late just to have the feeling of being one with us here in live, real time with us here in Rishikesh. So, very big welcome for you. Okay. Again, just quick reminding, please, because we are winding down these last few days. And questions which are more of a personal nature. I hope by now people are beginning to sense that we need not spend so much time looking at personal details so much, but of course, if we feel that there is something there that has to be gone through, then okay, we will start there. But we will not stay in this region for too long, because the important thing is to go behind the curtains of the mind, of the person, so to speak, and in the realm of being. If we don't manage this, we are going to be swimming around in a frog pond for a very long time. We're not going to do that. To be in the open ocean of being. It is only here that you will experience your true freedom, not just momentary relief. So we are not here simply to have transient experiencing, but to come to a profound understanding and to register in your heart your true position as the viewing consciousness and not as the person, which is a construct of consciousness and has no lasting reality about it. If this mistake perpetuates, we are going to be swirling around in this sea of samsara for quite a long time. Thankfully, satsang and direct ways that waste no time decorating the ego, but rather looking through and beyond it. Not beyond that way, but beyond this way. Into subtler and subtler places of being. And it's not a thinking nor merely intellectual conviction, but a direct experience, profound in its impact. And thus it's called an awakening, to wake up from the sleep of limitation, which is based on the identity with the body, which is limited. And the body is innocent. It's an instrument that carries out the function that it's meant to. But the consciousness is much greater than that. And it is to discover ourselves as consciousness itself. And not merely as the person which is only imagined, a limitation that somehow consciousness comes into some state of hypnosis, as it were, whereby it imagines itself to be only this private, autonomous person. So at this stage, I hope there are many here who are at least are crossing over in understanding, if not fully crossed over, and have understood that and be experiencing the world from the perspective of presence, and not so much as a person. The person is a very unstable state. All true spiritual striving is to transcend that state and the influence of the psychological mind. So please keep this in mind as you're here, and so that the understanding deepens quickly, and so you can enjoy more, not just enjoy freedom, but there's a ministry of life where your life is not just for you. Someone a few days ago was saying, yes, but how can I feel bad if I'm leaving, I'm seeing the world suffering and children dying and all this thing. And it seems selfish of me to be concentrated on my sweet little spirituality. I said, no, you've got it really wrong. It's not like that. Your realization is not for you only. It is for the whole world. The whole world benefits from the realization of a single being. See that being as yourself. Okay. Thank you.
Beloved Moji, can you please show me the way? I'm doing Vipassana since many years, but somehow I got lost. I watch, and I watch the watcher, and now you say, and this is be watched as well.
No, let's slow down. You say, I've been observing, and then I came to a place where I can watch the watcher itself. So if you can watch the watcher, please try and stay with it. If you can watch the watcher, it means that watcher that is being seen still has some personal qualities about it in order to be perceived and to be recognized. Oh yeah, that's the one watching. If the watcher has personal interest in what is being seen, then it itself becomes phenomenal. I wonder if you follow this. Give me a little bit of response, please. Thank you. Okay. So if the watcher can be seen, it must have some distinguishing features by which it is recognized. Therefore, it cannot be the pure observing. It has some specks in him by which it is recognized. So this watcher must also be rejected. It's not the ultimate one. And it also floats up on the screen of other phenomenal appearances also. As that happens, a deeper place of observing becomes self-evident, which is free of the personal intention of the previous watcher. Yes?
Yes, you say this, but there is the wall.
There is a wall.
I am dashing against the wall. Maybe because I still try from the mind then to find this, but
yes. Wall is also seen. And anyone who is stuck in front of or behind a wall is also seen as a sensation, as an object of perception, or as some scenario which is being looked upon. Don't be pulled into that. Stay as that potential seeing which is capable of seeing all these things, but is not trapped in the bubble of that imagery. This is a very simple thing. You see, the fact that you can admit or confess that is also seen, or if you acknowledge or recognize, yes, I can see that I'm stuck against a wall, then that one who is stuck and the wall it's stuck against are simply images arising in consciousness. Please, and when you see this, you must again confirm over and over again, because this is a fundamental seeing, because it reveals that the seer is not trapped. They're seeing, and the seeing is confirming that whatever it is, subtle or gross, simple or spectacular, heavenly or earthly, are still also phenomenal appearances inside that which itself is not an object. Are we clear up to this point? Yeah, pardon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, where does that leave us? It leaves you in the untouched place, whereby innumerable images may come, sensations may come, the perceiving of actions, reactions, interactions are also perceived, but they have no direct impact upon the seeing principle. Experience this, don't just think it. Because even as you're listening, you're aware of your listening also. You're aware of the space created or revealed through understanding. That is also perceived. The perceiving center is always constant. That is your goal, not the changing images. They will keep coming as long as there's eyes to be looking for them. The very eyes will keep on bringing things to be seen. But when it is seen that all that is appearing is impermanent by nature, restless or ever moving, and that their appearance or their apparent reality depends upon the perceiver. Is this clear? Because if you're not there, there is no relationship with these things. There's no one to perceive them or to report of their arising or their falling. Everything reports back to that seeing sense. You must be clear about this, you see. You say, I'm stuck, I feel stuck. Who is stuck? Whoever it is who can be stuck is also another sensation. Okay, now I'm free, another sensation. The real seeing place is neither stuck nor free. It simply is. Who sees this? Gotcha. Then that your seeing and your experiencing are one and the same thing. As you see, so you are. In fact, whether you recognize this or not, it is what is happening anyway. But until it is recognized consciously, it seems it's overlooked. And we continue to believe in whatever concepts appeal to us at that time. Or largely, we are still in the stream of habit. This is all that's taking place.
I don't know where I am now. When you said this with even this is being seen, it gives a feeling of relief. I can see this. And I don't know where I am.
Here.
Yeah, okay.
You're always here.
I know,
You can never
here
be there. You say, I want to go over there. You go over there. Where are you? I'm here. Your natural admission is that you are here. That's what consciousness says. You take a rocket, go to the moon. Have you arrived? Yes. Where are you? I'm here. You make a phone call to Earth. Hi, darling. How are you? Yes. Where are you? On the moon. What? Yes. But you need to be here. I am here. Lost will simply mean that I'm not where I intended to be physically at some point. So there's some confusion. The one who realizes that to myself I'm never lost, no anxiety will come for this one. Or the idea I should be in a certain state or at a certain place, and it is not so, may give rise to the feeling, I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Another one may use exactly the same word. I don't know where I am, but they are supremely happy.
Come on, beat this.
Eh?
Yeah, maybe this is it.
Mind brings many things, but it cannot think for you. You must yourself combine or identify to have the sense that the mind is overcoming me. As I said, even the greatest salesmen in the world, and I've seen some of them, they say they could sell chili peppers in hell. They are so fast. Even the greatest salesman in the world cannot sell you something unless you buy. Mind is like salesman, what about this? Come, I'll show you. This simple exercise, which I say, get into the habit, even now and again, of dropping everything. 3, 2, 1, drop everything. Including dropping and waiting for what is next. Now drop this also. Be entirely empty, but not waiting, and without any expectation or any sort of self-evaluation. Be even empty of that. And just be one with this. Quick, the mind comes and goes, okay, what's going on? What's going on? What are you doing? Nothing. That's not it. Okay, what is it then? Boom, you're gone. Get into this state, be there, without waiting. At first, something is restless inside because you are not accustomed to such emptiness. As soon as we create some bit of space, we'll put things in it. So don't put anything in. Drop everything, pick nothing up, and don't wait. Just be. And gradually, you'll come to some simple but profound recognition. You don't have to suppress the senses. No need to fight with mind. Just leave it. That's all. Simple thing, you see. No allopathic remedy. Simple thing. No amputations. Leave everything. In London, some years ago, it was a famous place. It is still there, Trafalgar Square. But in those days, for a long time, it was famous not only for architecture and the fountain and the National Gallery and so on, and its nearness to Buckingham Palace and all of this, but also because there was thousands and thousands of pigeons. And the tourists would go there, and there would be always people taking pictures, because you stand there and you go and buy one small tub of corn, and then the pigeons will come, land on your, people love this type of stuff, land on your head, sometime on your head. But they photograph, Polaroid, and you have an instant image souvenir of London. But the mayor of London decided we have to clean up. London has to be kept up, the image of London, and this is a very unhygienic activity, having all these pigeons, pigeon poo everywhere. You see? And they're flying over and blasting as well. The aerial attacks are coming. So they said, okay, what do we have to do? We have to solve this problem. And so we have to solve this problem. And what they came, something very ingenious, it says, as from a certain date, it will be illegal to feed the pigeons. Okay? Because we don't want them here anymore. They are just a national embarrassment. Okay? All the photographers felt we were losing our job and everything. But anyway, there was a cleanup campaign. We will not feed the pigeons, but you must not harm them. Don't be shooting them or kicking them or nothing like that. Just stop feeding them. So the time come, and people stop feeding pigeons. It's totally illegal. The pigeons are kind of like, what's going on? They showed up for breakfast, for lunch, and nothing has happened. And then in my town, which is like maybe 6 miles away, they're showing up in my town, looking around for stuff. But in Trafalgar Square, nothing. Then after just maybe 2 months or so, I'm not exactly sure how long it was, no pigeons at all in Trafalgar Square. Maybe one or two confused one looking around. But none of them is there. And I learned something from this, that you don't need to fight. Simply stop feeding your pigeon thoughts. Let them go somewhere else. And by themselves, no violence, no shooting, no silver bullets, nothing at all. They just stop coming. I thought it was a very, very good metaphor for Satsang today. If you are not feeding, then by itself, the habit, you have transformed the habit into something very positive. Yeah? And they disappear. Maybe not instantly, but gradually, they go. You don't have to be sitting there waiting for the last one to leave. You carry on, and by themselves, they go. You don't have to send them anywhere. They find their own way where they go. Swamiji, this is the most exciting area, I tell you. It's just the neighbors, Very good. Would you like to ask something else?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Guruji.
Thank you.
I don't have a question. Just want to thank you, I guess. Through inquiry, some days ago, a sort of shift occurred. A sort of space, field, blank was recognized. In which all of this.
Was that unusual for you?
Not particularly.
Because the kind of shift that we are giving attention to is a shift that continues to be not something that passes after one day and something. you say, nice, but okay, let's see. Why did it come and go? And you must look at that. You see? If things are changing, sometimes, of course, you will experience superb states of peace and joy even. But then the mind comes in again in some way and something, boom, 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 and it's back to normal or something. So don't give attention even to that. You've had a glimpse and maybe an encouragement that, whoa, it does exist. I actually experienced. I didn't just hear about it. I've tasted the experience for myself. Is it possible for this to be lasting? You see? This is the attitude of a real seeker. Now I have had a glimpse. First I heard about it, then I didn't really believe it's possible for a human being to be happy. But the glimpse. And for 5 minutes or 5 seconds, I was nobody. And it felt tremendous. It felt tremendous. But mine came back. Is it possible to feel like this all the time? Then you have to find somebody who says, actually, this is your natural state. Then why doesn't it stay? Well, it doesn't really go. It is there. What happens is that the states that come and go seem to come in front of it, and you are habituated to go with them. And as you go with them, somehow it seems as though you've lost that one or that has gone. But it hasn't moved. Every morning, every evening, we watch the sun rising and setting. But the sun does not move relative to the earth. It is still, the earth is turning, but we can't feel our earth turning. So it appears as though the sun is going down and that it's coming up. Oh, look, the sun is coming up. Whoa. But you don't feel, oh, we are going back. We don't see. A similar thing relative to all else. The sense of presence is still. It is your polar star. The polar star, all the heavens, everything is rotating. I told you one filmmaker, he was here, I don't know if he's still here, he came to Sahaja, where we have big skies. And he spent some hours, fixed camera, photographing the heavens. And he reduced, all of this was done in like 30 seconds. He showed us the film, 30 seconds. We could see all the stars rotating. But there's one unmoving. And everything seems to be revolving around it. The North Star, the Polar Star, Polaris. You must become the Polaris of your perceiving. You see? It is there, that fixed place, from where all movements are perceived, all activities discerned from there, whilst itself is making no effort. It is only self-aware. And everything else seems to rotate around it. Like your life is like a rotation of movements and thoughts and feelings, sensation, a sense of time and change, the coming and going, the full dance of interrelated opposites playing out their seeming dance in front of that to whom they seem to report. That is yourself. Even your own restlessness, even within this body, tsunamis of feelings and thoughts. Inside, there is a still place. Find this still place. And all of this will become insignificant for you. In fact, they will calm down because you cease paying attention and giving so much importance and value to this dance of transience as you recognize and be one with that still place. This is the important discovery. Not creation. There's nothing for you to create. It is already as it is. It need only be discovered. That's why it is called self-discovery. Not self-making or self-creating, but discovery. And any moment is a good moment. Every moment is the best moment. And once it is clear for you again, and then your anxieties will begin to fall away. Your apprehensions and fears, desires and stuckness, all of these will begin to dissipate. I am not speaking poetry to you. I want any of you who follow this, come back and tell me what you found. Even if you found it, you don't have to speak. Just come and I'll see if you've seen it. Because something happens to the one who sees from the place of total emptiness. A thing you cannot pretend. To the mind, to the constructed self, or to the conditioned sense of self, these things have little appeal for quite a long time. Because we're easily drawn to the superficial things of this world, momentary as they are. Still, we invest so much energy to capture the fleeting things of the world. Whereas that which is the eternity in you, we overlook. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So thank you. So don't let us speak about what is coming and going. It has always been like that. It seems as though our waking state is a continuous transaction. Is it so that by the very waking up or the arising of the waking state, are we compelled into action? Are we compelled to be in gear? Or is it possible that even in the midst of that dynamic activity that we call life, it's possible to be still, but not dead? Outwardly, doing the things that we must do, but inwardly, in perfect serenity and contentment. This is the harmony, you see. Not denying the play of existence, and yet not being lost in it or confused. Realizing that you are not the personal doer of the activities. Anyone who slows down, either through meditation or inquiry or prayer or whatever, begins to observe that life moves by life. It's not the person. The person idea seems to play as the doer, but it itself is being done and pushed. When you see that, a deep unburdening begins for you. It is possible for one to, of course, find the joy in life, experience all of this. It is not a curse. It is created out of love, sustained by love, and also destroyed by love. Everything in its time, you see. But don't be lost in it. And the only way to not be lost in it is to discover your true nature. Satsang is for that. Okay, thank you. You come. Let me see you. Yes, come. Let's hold it again, that we are going to have a sense of getting to the kernel, to the heart of your question and your quest in as quick a time as possible. Not too much background. Okay, come.
Hello, darling. Muji. So much has happened, and yet nothing has happened. I realized a few days ago that I am awareness, and I've not had a sense of that before.
You haven't had a sense of?
That I was awareness, or I am awareness, and that I actually exist. Then I found myself in this place, just quiet, just stayed in myself.
Just what?
Stayed in my heart.
Stay as myself, okay.
In my heart. I just came to Satsang, went home, just stayed in it. I was afraid that I might lose it, and I didn't want to lose it. I tried to kind of just hold on to it, if you see what I mean, because I found this space. And then it was beautiful, because it was just like vast expansion. And I was watching this, and I've never experienced this before. I was trying to hold on to it so tight.
Speak in the present tense.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay. And then yesterday at Satsang, sorry. Still probably past 10. But what I'm trying to say is, the fire, you talk about burning and burning, bringing your burning questions. I haven't had this fire. It's just been smouldering. It's just been like coals smouldering, but trying to not to talk about yesterday at Satsang, but that's when it all came up.
Yes.
In the afternoon Satsang, and I was sitting there with it all, and suddenly that presence went, it all just dissipated. And I was sitting there crying, and a big tsunami came, and I was trying to stay with it. And I nearly walked out of the Satsang and said, hell with all this, I don't get it. Who are you? Ramanoni enlightened the cow and his mother, and you have no chance. What the hell are you doing here?
Who is speaking?
And I was watching this.
You was watching that.
I was just watching this, which I've not been able to do before, which is new for me. And then it suddenly, I thought, I'm not buying into this. I'm just going to sit here with it. It's not true. It's all lies. And then it started to calm down. So that's when I say it felt like so much has happened, but nothing has really happened.
Yes.
And I'm here.
Something is happening when you are identified and believe in the imagery, the movement that arises inside, and then you say, oh, this is happening. But from that still place within your heart, you can confirm nothing really happens. And this is why you sometimes hear people, they may be saying to you, Yes, I'm dancing, but I'm not dancing. I'm doing, but not doing. Walking, but not walking. Because the body is moving like this, but the being is totally silent and still. What a powerful and joyful discovery. Sometimes in the beginning there's a little shock to the nervous system or to the the conditioned state. It's like, whoa, something is wrong. I cannot feel the usual context of my life seems to just is gone. So some panic may happen, but gradually you get used to this. You don't need to be necessarily some solid object, and it's there. It's also fine. But a subtler presence is inside the solid object, and this subtler presence, it is not the body. But for a time, it uses the body as its vehicle or its temple even. It doesn't require a temple. Those approaching this will see the body as a temple. It knows nothing of temple. You have said something beautiful. You stay only in this place in your heart. And leave the thawing out and the big discussions and the big things. They simply just sort themselves out. But don't make any resolution like, I don't want to do this and I don't. Because in order to not want or to want, you have to become person again. Just stay. Then if the consciousness wants to express through a desire, let it happen. It will happen, and then it will unhappen, or it will be exhausting its expression and going back to silence. Don't determine anything as an intention personally. Simply be. And you'll find that your life is unfolding in a beautiful harmony. There's no need to set margins for yourself and say, no, I won't do this, I want that. Because to want that, as I said before, is to again position yourself as a person that doesn't know what it wants. It wants this, next minute, no, it doesn't want this. Don't get caught in that traffic. And it is enough. It is enough for now. Let it somehow register itself. Let it be rendered, okay? So that you acknowledge and confirm this. Then you're one with it, which is better than believing in it or hoping something. You are one. Very good. No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, say something for me there.
Namaste, Guruji.
Huh?
Namaste.
You what?
Namaste.
Oh, namaste. I thought you said, I'm sick. I said, what?
Guruji, I'm following you more than 3 years, and it was not easy, this journey, and I had a feeling that there is something invisible chain on my feet. And in last retreat, it came, I could see that I have this strong belief that as a woman, this life is not freedom. I cannot be free in this life. And it came to my heart because in the country and that I grown up and with the condition that I had is this is strong, and I feel I carry this belief is not just for this life, it's look like for many lives. I have this strong belief, and I was always fighting with that. And I was sharing with you in Sahaja.
I remember.
And when I left Sahaja, it looked like somehow I forgot it. And this time also.
Well, you left your country before you left Sahaja. So if after Sahaja you forget what you told me in Sahaja, why not forget the thing before you went to Sahaja? Because we spoke about this, that there are some countries maybe, and for a time they have these kind of laws and rules that seem to exempt women or whatever, or any other kind of group from somehow, like there was a time even in Japan. There was a period where it was considered that if you are born as a woman, tough luck, you cannot be awakened. It's not for women, it's for men only, darling, sorry. Maybe next life, perhaps. And this was widely believed amongst the nation and religious groups. And then came one monk, Zen monk, Bankai. And Bankai said, bunkers. Rubbish. It's not true. He could speak a language, colloquial expressions, spoke with ordinary people in the most simple way to demonstrate that consciousness has no such thing, that this was all a kind of human invention. And it even said that at one of his gatherings, because he traveled all over the country, in one gathering they brought one woman and she was so depressed because she grew up also, she had such intense yearning for freedom, such an intense and authentic yearning for freedom. But she was told, I'm sorry, this is very unusual, what's wrong with her? She wants to be free and she's a woman. No, ridiculous. And so they brought her to him and he spoke with her, and in front of the whole assembly he demonstrated that this is complete nonsense what you're speaking. And she became instantly happy, liberated. She said, my whole being has been thirsting. I've been waiting to meet you. And so sometimes these things are played out in the field of consciousness also. You're not in your country now, you're in more freer space like that. So we have to leave that. You use your freedom from these kind of oppressive or suppressed, states, and use your opportunity to win freedom. Because your mind is going to come and say, yeah, but of all the things that happened to me, it is impossible. Even now, when I'm living in Europe, I'm still stuck. And no, come on. This is not the way.
Guruji, in a very quiet moment, it came to my heart because I was inquiry came effortless that why it is so difficult for me to do this journey, and then it came to my heart that maybe this life is for freedom. And my request is, please remove maybe, I just want to have this in my heart that this life is for freedom. And only you can destroy this belief, and this maybe just, I want to come to the place that this life is for freedom.
And then for a moment you have to be willing to drop everything, drop even this idea that you're a woman, go beyond it even. And that you're from this country and you've had this past and all this type of stuff. For a moment you have to go beyond all of those layers of identities and so on. and come back to your original being. Come back to your bodiless being. You can do now, even now you can do that. All the help is there for you. Stop holding on to these conceptual things. I am this, and how can I do because I'm only... All this is past. All these are only ideas for now. You must go beyond all of them. You're not the body you have. For a while you must taste some conditioning that arose with this body, and where this body was exposed to the kind of conditioning and belief systems, you inherited all of that. But you were before all of this. Let's see what we can do. Let's play that game for a minute. You don't exist as this. Let's try a little game. You don't exist as... Whatever you say about yourself is not true. It's not true. Drop everything. We don't accept. Don't accept. Don't accept. I want to meet you without you. Meaning no story, no self-definition, not about your mood, what you did and all this. Leave everything, leave it. I want to see this which is left, which is carrying no pockets, no notebooks. No, see how long it will take you. And imagination also not necessary. You don't have to be try it. No, just leave. It is easier to leave everything than to put them down. And speak from here something for me. You see, you cannot speak from past tense here. It has no past. And I want to ask this because I want to see if, dropping all these things for a moment, are they so valuable? Is it so valuable? Put them down for a moment and we'll see how valuable they are. Put all these things down. Even your definition, I'm this type of woman, and I'm from the East or I'm not from the West. Put everything full. Because there's something you cannot put down. Put everything down. And let us all see, if by doing that, we're going to feel sorry for you. Oh, look, poor girl. Oh. She has no past. Dear. Poor thing. We have to try and support her. I want to see. Show them how valuable is your past. How important is your future. You do this. You don't have to tell anybody about it, about what you have seen. Just you do it. I went once to one friend's house, and he had like a fish tank in his room, and I'm looking, it was no water. And then I saw spider. I'm looking for long, he's not moving. Then I realized it's just an empty shell. I said, "Hey Pat, what's happening with this? What's happening here?" He said, "Yeah, that the spider came out of the old body, and he's behind the other piece of wood over there. The one you're looking at doesn't really exist as spider anymore." Wow. You step away from your spider self. This idea of who you are and what you've done for a moment. Leave it all, leave it for a moment and just see. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going?
She's feeling sick, so she went to vomit, and it's been a while ago, so I want to check up on her.
Oh.
I'll be back though.
Because sometimes we are talking about these things, we come to a very, very important point. In Tiruvannamalai, one time we're going and looking at the really like the mystery of the universe and who you are, and we're coming, tan, 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 tan. Just about, I saw somebody. I said, "You, where are you going?" I said, "Toilet." I said, "This is the wrong time to go to the toilet. I prefer you wet yourself and discover what you are, than relieve yourself and stay stupid." Sometimes mind itself is telling you, "No, you don't." The chai is fresh. Leave all of these things for a moment and remain as what remains, meaning that which cannot be taken out, and speak something from here. You see, I've not given you much time to do that. Even 1 minute is far too much time. You can live for 30, 40 years and have never consciously done this. Just be empty. Be empty of everything you have picked up. And examine what remains. Should we feel sorry for that one? Is it disabled? Is it to be pitied? Should we start all over again? I just want to know. You can demonstrate.
Guruji, there is nothing there.
No.
It's just empty.
Don't give this to your mind. Okay? Don't give this to your mind. Stay like this. If you give it to your mind has got a full shopping bags waiting to fill up again. So don't touch anything. Don't pick anything up. Get used to just being here for a bit. For so long we've been shopping in the marketplace of life. Today, day off. Don't pick up any thought. Don't pick up anything for a moment. And just see how you really are without all this baggage and stuff. We have not asked you, listen, give me your senses. No, let the senses, they're no trouble. Your ability to, calculate something or to send an email, it's okay. They just unfold. This tendency of keep referring to the past does not serve you, in fact. it just keeps a smell of something stale around you. Stop walking around with this dead fish in your pocket. Everywhere you go, a dead fish in your pocket. Or in your handbag. Even on your wedding day. I do. No, you don't. Dead fish means sticking to the past. Stuck with the past. Defining yourself always by some idea you have held about yourself or somebody had told you. So you're like you are unable to be fresh. You suffocate your spontaneity, which is your beauty, your freshness. And life is not doing that to you. This is something that you must use your power to transcend those habits. And it's not difficult. It starts like this. Drop everything. When you're dropping everything, it may appear that, but I'm dropping also some good things also. Can I just take those out? No, drop everything for now. The good and the bad. So that what remains is not about good and bad. It is empty even of good and bad. Like that. And when you feel you need something from the old pile, go and pick it up if you want. But I would recommend just take a minute to reflect on that. And it's enough. It's enough. A true conversation should not go on very long. To spend all the evening talking about something is to kill it. Just tut, 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 tut. Oh.
Thank you.
Very good. Can we do what? Can we turn up the volume? Thank you. Okay. There are so many people putting their hands up. So, if you come and you're speaking about something that seems to be dragging on, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, let someone else come. Okay? And just get to the point in 1 minute. Who can gonna come and do this? Okay, come. You can also make your way up here.
I had always some artistic talent coming up.
Yeah.
So I've been working in painting, sculpturing, designing stage in Florida, in France, etc. When I am working in that space, it's like I'm disappearing. I mean, me and the work is all one.
Yes.
So I forget the time, I forget the food, I forget about everything.
Yes.
And it's really a beautiful space. I'm enjoying it. Now that I see my, let's call it ego, going, I see things from another point, thanks to you. But in the same time, a big project, artistic project is coming up.
Yes.
And I try to follow, and I feel I'm enjoying it. So what shall I do? Shall I drop it and go in chewing grass? Or shall I...
Did you say chewing glass?
Grass.
Oh, grass. Oh, okay. No,
or
don't
shall I
chew
just
grass.
let
No, no.
go and finish with?
Look, your body language is telling me what you want to do anyway. So enjoy the thing you have to do. What is wrong? Why to tell you to know the thing you enjoy?
Good,
no, leave.
good.
You, yes. They are not mutually excluding each other. It's not necessary that you are doing something, and then somehow okay, while I'm doing that, I can't really do my spiritual. No, it's not like that. In fact, you're giving even a little time to look into these questions, because I don't have 10 questions for you. I don't have 17 steps to freedom. It's really quite simple. I just point all these things that your mind tend to rush to, and even sometimes it even pretends to be spiritually helpful to do these things, but they are kind of avoidance. Just stay in this simple place where you acknowledge that all these are things which are going on in the mind, and trust it that it will discern what is authentic, what is important, and what is more superficial. We don't have to scratch your head about that so much. There's a natural way about it. You see? The mind is creating somehow all this, inviting you into a complexity and a state of confusion. But you need not go with that. You have some work to do that you enjoy. Why not do it? It doesn't leave any bad breath. You do that. But at the same time, there's space inside this also that you are, in fact, I will tell you, when you stay in your neutral place, it contributes a lot more to your work, in fact. Because you don't need ego to work something beautiful. Sometimes there's more detachment, so your intellect is working much more clear, your creative juices are flowing much more unselfishly. It's not, you see, it's a little change, but it's not necessarily a bad change. It could be a very positive thing also. So get rid of this idea that is either or.
Yeah, this is what I felt, but I want. I feel like I am doctor of myself.
Yes.
But I want the response from the high doctor.
There is no harm in somehow. I don't see your heart's commitment to search for truth can be a wrong thing. If you do what is right in your heart, it cannot turn out to be wrong for someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe in the beginning people rebel, but you stay with that inner conviction that is not coming from your head. It's not a stubbornness. It's just a truth. It's a harmony. It's a balance. Give the world a little bit of time to rebel. That's fine. And don't be waiting for them to accept.
No.
You carry on and do what you have to do.
Yeah, if the project leave me, I let him go.
Yes. This is good attitude. It's not a suffering attitude. It's not a needy attitude.
No.
But more in the freedom of your being. You may find even more work comes. Who knows? I don't know. But don't sacrifice your inquiry. Don't sacrifice your inner work. They are not in conflict. Activity is not in conflict with truth. You see? It gives rise to all this universe and it sustains it also. How can it be, Imagine God saying, look, I'm just too busy with all these things. I've got time to feed the worms and things like this. And mosquitoes are complaining. No, it's not like that. The great harmony is taking care of everything. If you look from the mind, it may look, it's too much, the day is too full. But from your heart, you do now. Now is to do this. And then it also passes. The next thing comes and it also passes. And one by one, they satisfy themselves. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Normally, I have to tell you something that, we have to also bear a little bit with these conditions, because if you were in Mante Sahaja, where we have an ashram and the search for truth is treated with tremendous integrity, you wouldn't have so many people walking out and around and like it's some kind of cinema. If you were, committed to that. But I cannot ask people, because it's free space, you come and do what you want. But considering the nature and of the topic we are discussing, to see that some treat it so lightly, but it is fine, it's fine. I just have to get that out. You see.
Namaste, Mooji.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to have a look at...
Could you speak up a bit more? Come closer to the microphone. Yeah.
Can the perceiver be perceived?
Yes.
With you?
Yeah.
It's been a mantra going on in my head for 2 days and it's strong. No, I think it can't be perceived, and it's creating a lot of tension and heart.
This question, can the perceiver be perceived, is not going to be satisfied by an answer. Like, yes, or of course not. It's not going to be satisfied. It's an invitation to an introspection that the very act of seeking to understand what this question is inviting and turning the attention towards that itself is a power. It is burning a whole forest of delusions, because something is intent to see. Is it possible that that which is perceiving all things, is it a fixed point? Is it an object? Is it like at the end of the yellow brick road, when the curtains are pulled, there's some tiny little... Is there something like that? Is it something other than you? And would it be the you that you are used to thinking you are? What is it there? Is it some object or some phenomenon? Use the question, the perceiver, there's nothing behind the perceiver. The ultimate seeing. All is sort of seen and known. But it's not like it is curious or interested. It's more that it is a presiding power, and all things are intricately woven and are seen, perceivable. But in this body of yours, your sense of your private life and your private projections are all perceived. But it is not interested in that ultimate place of perceiving. Is it personal or impersonal? So you don't have to come to the microphone to know that, because right where you're sitting, this question is reaching you, and you can look and be following. Can this perceiver? What is a perceiver? Don't give the question to your mind, because your mind wants to create a shape for a perceiver. Like it must be, is it male or female, the perceiver? You see? And if it can be perceived to be male or female, there must be something more subtle observing that. Stay with it. Don't get thrown off, because this is the kind of question at first is like getting on the back of a wild horse, and he's going to be throwing you off. You're not used to it, but you stay. You stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. And it begins to a harmony is growing out of your persistence, and somehow a knowing arises within your being. Stay with it. Can the perceiver? Don't just ask it mechanically. It's not a mantra. You are looking, and with the intense focus of consciousness and the intellect, that which is perceiving, is it something? Is it something? You see? And don't speculate. Where is the question aiming at? To whom? Who? What is going to answer this? What is going to reveal it? Is it something over there is going to reveal it? If it's something over there that's going to reveal it, to whom is it going to reveal it to? Something over here. So, of course, mind rebels and goes, it's a silly question. Of course it's... And if you are used to purchasing these type of responses, then you would get off and you say, this is not for me, it's too intellectual, it's a bit too mental, and so on. I prefer to go and do some japa or something. So, okay, it's not for you right now. Who says that? Your choice have made that. But at the same time, it is one question, like one key that opens every lock. But you're going to have to earn that key. Otherwise, you're going to be going around trying to pick lots of locks for a very long time. Understand the potency and the power of this question. It is not an objective question, it is a subjective question, you see. Are you in front of the lens of perception or behind the lens of perception? Or both? If you are merely in front of the lens of perception, then what is it that is perceiving you? And how would you know about it? You are merely an object, reporting to a deeper consciousness where you are not. How would you know? So these are questions, priceless questions. These are end-of-the-road questions. These are awakening questions. Are they too much for you? All this time together has been a preparation for these questions. To earn it, by that I mean you must leave lesser things to be willing to focus your attention and not just to say, oh, it's too difficult. That's what I mean. You see? You want everything. But we are willing to give so little of ourselves. When someone feels fully on board, like this is for me. This question is for me. Even the question gives them hope. Even the question is feeling like there's a door. There is a door after all. Before I felt trapped in a locked space. But this question, I can feel the oxygen from this question already. Life has to tease and to tempt you and to invite you. Don't expect it to do everything for you. As I said once, God gives you bread. Don't ask for toast. Make toast. We want everything. Yes, go on, do it for me. Do it for me. But it is a dance. It's a call and response. It is the kirtan of awakening. Something call you, something respond. This question call you. Are you merely an object? Object can see. Even you can see your body. But that which sees the body. Once I asked someone, who is looking out from behind those eyes? Who? And he said, conditioning is looking out. I was very pleased. I said, but what knows? What sees conditioning looking out? Then he said, that has no name. Who knows it has no name? Itself alone knows it has no name. Why are we stopping short? Maybe it is a question of maturity. Or maybe the fear that comes, or the doubts, are just a habit, a reflex that we must also see and transcend. I'm very much here to witness the passing through, the awakening of this seeing. But I'm still only here. Can the seer be seen? The seer, I'm talking, that which is even capable of perceiving the functioning of perceiving. The ultimate one. Why can't it be seen? Because there's nothing greater than it to see it. Is there really a kind of threat from this question? That it brings you to really look at what you stand to lose? If your heart is open to see what this question could reveal to you. I am not waiting. I'm only here. Sit with it. Sit with it. But don't just use your mind. It is not the mental answer that is important. It is the fact that you are willing to look. And in your looking, some transformation is taking place in understanding. But it must be experiential. Why this question? To find out if ultimately if you are material or immaterial. Ultimately, are you a person or impersonal? Are you form or formless? Because currently, we are believing I'm this form. Even you say, yes, I know I'm not the form. But your life keeps testifying that you are the form. We are the form. Nothing is wrong with the form. The form has its place. It has its role. But one day it too will pass. Will you also pass? Start wanting to know that today. Okay, I will take another question. Who is it?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I want to hear from you also. Yeah. Go on. In the meantime, while he's coming, speak something then. Let me see.
Hi, Muji. I want to thank you for what you said about this Satsang in Rishikesh. Because it has been and it is a very precious time to settle in and to go in.
Yes. I tell you, as from today, I have 2 days. If people want to walk out, you stay at the back, please. Because I'll rather have half the room who have the integrity and the urge for what. I'm not saying everyone here should be for this because it's a free space. But it is very disrespectful to just keep walking out and around the place like casually in the light of this type of inquiry. If you want to move and you need to go to the bathroom a lot, please stay more by the exit places. Sometimes my feeling is just to make small retreats where I choose who come. And we can look at these things together. You see? Yes, please speak.
This is from my heart because my follow sentence is, I don't know, I am in the mystery. What it will come is to come to Portugal, is to stay in the West. I don't know, I follow the mystery.
Treat each day as the last day you have.
And I have
because mind is telling you, okay, Muji, I said, where are you going? Oh yes, I'm going to look at some temples up in Himalayas. But I'm coming to Portugal. No. No. Use your time here. Use your time here. Wake up here and let me have someone who needs to come to Portugal because that's their time or something. But don't do this because if you say, I give 1 year to the search for freedom, it will take you at least 1 year. Your mind is going to say, we got time, and you do this and we do that, you make friends, and your Facebook get bigger, and you do things. And then on the 11th month and the 30th day, you will go, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Okay? So we really do, when I am here with you, I really am here with you right now. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow. I don't think like that. So use this time. It's not that I want people to be panicked, because I am not in a panic. But many of you, we've only been introduced to the medium of YouTube and so on, and I have a high value for meeting you and to spend time together, to look into your eyes like this and to say, darling, let's talk. I know, I believe what you say you want is the only thing that I live for and as. Let's talk. Tell me what you want. And let's see if what remains as an obstacle.
I just finished with the song that there is in my heart, that is a song that you shared with us during Smar, that is a new dawn and we are not separate. So this is what is in my heart and is what is flowering in my heart, and I really bow down. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good.
Namaste, Moji.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for coming and for picking me up and giving me an opportunity once again. I am in this space of seeing, and I understand your point of remaining in that is the only thing that is never changed. And I agree with your invitation, and I have actually been trying to do it every day. I have left the room pretty free every day with the idea of being this. And also you request to us to let everything down or leave everything. And when I leave everything, there is really only this. And it has been always here, and it's clear. But somehow, one more bad, perhaps the last bad, is that it's like a rubber band. That
it's like another?
A rubber band. Like elastic. And it comes back again. Again, I found myself picking up. Again, I found myself somehow, like Papaji was saying, in the market. So this time, I will put everything of my heart to just stay in this scene that I am in this moment, and I'm super sincere in my heart. I understand that you said that God give you the bread, you have to make the toast. I just ask you if it's possible now in this moment, if you can bless me to keep this fire.
Yes. To be honest with you, I don't think there's ever been a human being who has been able to keep this fire. Nobody can keep it. You can only recognize that it is there by itself. If you have to keep it, you'll be fail, succeed, fail, succeed, fail, succeed, fail, succeed, fail, 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 succeed. It will be unstable because you are turning into a doing. You cannot do it. In the beginning, because of the reflex of habit, something keeps coming back up. And for a while, there must be a kind of vigilance to keep checking in and seeing that, no, I am just here. And the mind comes and appeals to the memory of who you are. And say, yes, remember we used to do this, and come, let's do it. And then it will bring up all these juices, and you feel, okay, I'll go. But even these things don't matter. If each time you just come back and you just acknowledge, but actually this is my true space. So there's a practice in the beginning, but it gives way to a natural recognition that, but I am here. I've always been here. I've been dreaming I'm not here and that I have to do something to be here. So that's called waking up. Thereafter, there's nobody there to do it. It's just how it is. It's like somebody was in a coma and then they wake up and then some strange doctor told them, listen, you've got to keep on breathing. You must keep on breathing. Yes. Don't stop. Because the day you stop, you die. You see? And then one day someone tell you, why are you doing like that? You say, try to sing. No, I can't because I might forget to breathe. You don't have to do it, it's happening by itself. And then you say, oh my God, I can sleep. It will not stop when I sleep. I hear that sharks, somebody told me, that sharks have to remember to breathe. I don't know if these things are true. But I hear these things. The sharks have to remember to breathe or else they just drown. Also, somebody told me that fishes only have 3-second memory. I thought that's really amazing. That would be really good. If you have only 3-second memory, you could not be angry with anybody, Hey, you, come here. Hi. How are you? Yeah, nice, very good. You won't be able to keep anything up. What a beautiful world. I like it. But then somebody else told me it's not true. I said, okay. You don't, at first, because of the habit, we have to remember and bring the attention back, only to confirm, but I'm here. I keep thinking I'm this one that things are happening to, and I've got to get back to the self, and I've got to try and oh God, help me to. And then you realize, but that's a dreaming of myself, that I'm separate and need to get back to my real self. And somehow each time you come back, you realize,
Yeah.
just imagination again. At a certain point, it falls away. You just see that, but I've always been here.
That really is a fire that I am asking for. The fire to come back and come back and come back, because the habit is, we've been in this for many years, and the habit is very strong. So the intensity,
we were working on that for some time. We were thinking about some device. We had a prototype we were making, which is a kind of a, and you fit it somewhere there. And every time you think like a person, it tightens a little bit. And I think if we'd use it, you would definitely stay in the place of the self. And then after a while, we just take it off and set you free. Thank you. You can run. I really thought about it. I thought it was really good. If it really cost you, because in Mantasahaja we have some buggies and stuff, and sometimes people are driving very fast. So no, stop driving like this. All this dust and everything. And then we said, okay, as from this date, every time you're caught, then we have one woman, her name Gangotri. She will collect €5 if you get caught. Everything is not. We're all old people driving, because nobody wanted to pay €5. So if same thing, that's for the men. We haven't worked out for the women yet, but somehow there will be just this thing, and every time you think about, and you just go home. I think these things work because it doesn't seem to cost us, you see, to just run about and do what we want. But if it costs you, when you're talking too much, you just see someone go. They say, it works. And then I feel there'll be a lot of awakened men around the place. But when you have to do it by your own willpower, sometimes your willpower is won't power. And nothing happened. This is the help we ask for, you see. But we ask some divine help. So you get a divine one. It's good. if we felt this was your last day, your last hour, a lot of things will fall away from you because they would just not be possible.
Yeah.
And this happens very often, amazingly, when we feel sick or some tragedy, or we've come to a great sense of loss. The mind turns in again to go back to the source. And then we appreciate, in some way it was good, because I wouldn't go back here without a crisis or without some pain. We'll do it. So I hear you, and this satsang is creating the kind of environment where it not so much tell you do, don't, but more to awaken an inspiration inside, because you begin to feel very naturally also how well you feel when you're in the height of your being. There's no problems, the mind seems very distant. Like looking at the moon when the sun is there at the same time. Nobody pay attention to the moon. Then the mind becomes a little bit like that. When you're in your state of ascendance, when you're in a state of, true self-awareness, true self-consciousness, and then nobody sees this mischievous mind. He's not there. And if you were in this state, like I say, living above the mind somehow, this is a natural state. Then it becomes just your nature. Sometimes you have a sense of descending into a space, and for a while it feels, and then quickly you realize that it's not your element anymore. This is not your space. So quickly you something reverts back to a higher position. This happens through satsang. I'd recommend that all the beings, in fact, all beings are in satsang. They're just not aware of it yet. All the time we have in this body, on this earth, is to develop the aspiration to mature to the higher state of consciousness within ourselves. Not out, inside it's unfolding. But I hear you in the heart, and maybe we will come time, we'll spend a bit more time together.
Thank you. I hope it's enough. Give it my best.
Thank you. Is it you?
Beloved Guruji, a great burning has arisen inside me for me to stand here before you. That's all I know.
Yes. And this burning is fire of grace. And your part is simply to be the space, offer the space for this happening. There's nothing to salvage from this fire, and there's no bargains to be made. There's no deals to be struck. Just be the offering itself. And it doesn't matter how it feels. Sometimes just keep your hand like this. It's so beautiful. You see, there's nothing to figure out. And gradually some things may come, like waves of illumination may come from time to time. And then a deep burning, this rhythm, just offer your existence to existence. And in a short time, something will arise again, a more clear space of being that makes it very easy for you to understand the pointings I'm making also. They will just seem distanceless. and ever present with you. This is the beauty of this burning, you see.
Thank you.
Kia ora, shalom. I have a simple question, maybe. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, so I'll just calm down. My motto this year is to treat all my fears with love. And there is one thing that keeps being a challenge. And I wonder if you can offer some tools. Tools is a good way. Tools to deal with generational fears.
The most direct and simple advice I can give you is first to identify clearly the one for whom fear comes. Now, I know sometimes there's some difficulty in understanding the question. To identify the one for whom fear comes feels like, but obviously it's me. But I would persist with the question because when we say it is for me, I feel it is very much important to look more deeply into what you're calling yourself. Because the reflex response is, it is for me. Why are you asking for whom does it come? But really, really go and use the fear and the energy of the fear to see on what is the fear impacting. It's hitting something. And see if that can be identified. That would be the most important discovery. To see if the one who actually is suffering from the fear is a tangible entity or what? What exactly is being frightened? So you're going to have to slow down and you are going to have to be open enough to allow yourself to be challenged in this, because some part of the mind just saying, this is a foolish question, what's the point, didn't get it answered, and so on. But if you try to understand, you're going to discover something that if the one that is really afraid is really what you are, then that's a very big trouble. But if the one who is afraid is only who you think you are, then there's a great space there. And then you may come out of it. And very quickly also. So it is worth it to put the attention to find out if it can be identified, because no one questions it, because everyone embrace the assumption that you are just this body-mind person. Because if you are that, then try to understand, no? When this thing comes up, it brings up so much fear. The fear is real enough. Its presence is real enough. And the one who is suffering it is ordinarily just say, well, it's me. And simple, done. But my question is provoking something else. Really try to see what is it that's really afraid? Is it the hands that are afraid? Is it the heart that is afraid? What is actually afraid? Is it the eyes that are afraid? Is it the eyes that are afraid? Is it the stomach that is afraid? What actually is afraid? See if it can be identified. You say, yeah, is my mind. Okay, try and understand what you mean by your mind. Your mind is what? You see? Can you identify your mind? There's something called brain, this kind of cauliflower in your head. Okay? But is there something called mind? Is it an object that can be, what is mind? You say, is my mind is afraid? Can it be identified? So use the fear, the energy of the fear, which feels, okay, that's real, it's here now, to find the one who is afraid. Just do it. No judgment, no preconceived ideas. Just as though you're hearing this question for the very first time, and you must find the actual one and say, Muji, I got him. He's here, look. Pink or something. See if it can be caught. And the power is just in your trying to see, to understand. And I would love to hear from you. What did you find?
Thank you.
Yes.
In my journey, I often go to those places to be specific what the fear is and where it is in the body, how it feels, and where it comes from.
Yes.
So,
but who is suffering it? Not
me.
Where it is. And me, when you say me, who is me?
That's a trick question.
It's not a trick question. It's a very important question.
Yeah.
Because something is saying me, and it has not looked at itself deeply to see what it is. It just says me. And this me is the universal currency. All the beings say is me, I, me, this. And everybody accepts. So the she's is Joanna, this one is Margaret, and so on and so on. So, and it's just the surface. Who is me? Me, feel it. Me is what? So initially when you hear this, it just feels, no, I don't get it. But stay with it for a minute. There's a reason why for thousands of years this question is being asked by the most awakened beings in the world. Why are they asking a question that seems so obvious? Is me. You say, yeah, but look a bit more. Who is this me? You see? And some people have looked and says, I can't find it. I can't actually find this me. Then it says, and who is making this discovery also? That this me can't be found. Can that one be found? And experience what happens in you, because something is becoming more deep inside you. You will not be on the surface of your being anymore, but something is happening. And it opens up a whole new realm of perception for you. Me, when you speak me, it is usually some ideas that you're presently holding on to. And this me sense is just like a garment you are wearing for a while. And in a while, new ideas come and change that way in which you think of yourself, and you become something else. We have been many different versions of ourselves throughout our life. Which one was the true one?
Tiny seed. A tiny seed.
What perceived tiny seed? What is seeing tiny seed?
For me?
Yes. You, what again?
Yes, for me, a tiny seed is what I perceive as me.
Yes. And you who say, that's what I perceive, you are what again? Exactly. When you refer to yourself, yeah, that's what it is for me. This for me. Try and see if you can open it a bit more and find what is in this me. Is it something permanent or something changeful?
It's emotion.
Emotions definitely are changeful.
Yeah.
So therefore they're not reliable. What else is there?
Pure light, nothing.
Pure light has no opinion. It's neither male nor female. This light is the light of consciousness that reveals the names and forms of things. Where is me in there? Are you a daughter? Yes. Where is the daughter?
Right here.
I don't see any daughter. A little bit of gas can remove all this from you. This is why I ask you to look. And I would encourage it because I think you can do it actually. And you'll find out more and more in a very short time. And everything you're discovering, maybe for a while it might feel a bit confusion, but it's only because you're on the way to something very clear and something very beautiful. Thank you. Very good. Okay, let me see you.
Guruji. From childhood, I felt like all this, veils of Maya and all this existence, like I can't remember something. There's something I need to remember to fulfill, but there is nothing that you can grasp as an idea.
Yeah.
And dropping the name and the form and having the knowledge, existence, and bliss absolute, I can kind of feel it through this happening, that kind of a tragedy in my family. My dad passed away. And just trying to come to terms how not to have him anymore. And there's nowhere to call, nowhere to write a letter, nobody to talk to.
Every night you go to bed, you go into a state where you have no father, no mother, no brother, no sister. You have nothing, not even yourself. And there's no pain for you. Every night you go to bed. And many of us spend good money to buy the best bed and the best mattress in order to forget about everything, including yourself. And you're very happy. You're very happy. Then morning comes again, and the consciousness awakens, and then comes the world of names and forms and time and change, which we enjoy and suffer. We aspire, remember, and forget. And on this wheel turns over and over, day and after day, night after night, month and year, life after life. Nothing is yours. everything is you. It is very difficult to maybe hear the things I say like that. But it is good to reflect on them, because they restore you to your true mind. As I said before, all that we see, all that we imagine, all that we have, all that we desire, one day will be gone, including the one who desire them. But even now, in the midst of all of this, is something within you, a dimension, a space, an intelligence, which is eternally free. For a while, it dressed itself in the garment of time and change, and identified itself with certain ideas and conditioning to experience this existence, but just like a dream. While your body is warm, use your life to find that one. We will taste joy and sorrow. You cannot just pick and choose. It's the tax for having a life. But with life, you can go beyond the fear of life and the fear of death by understanding what is being pointed to here. I don't say don't grieve for your father, it is natural. But don't only grieve. Also, use his own passing as a darshan for change for yourself, to grow up into a deeper awareness. And then you may stop feeling only pain and sorrow, but maybe a joy. You may recognize the place where your father exists, but not merely as a person. But you have to go beyond the person in yourself also. All this is possible. This is the greatness of the human experience. That consciousness expresses its wide powers in the human form. It is said it is already auspicious to have a human body, because in this form, consciousness can contemplate itself, as we are doing here. Amongst the sea of humanity, you are here. Vast is the concerns, the interests of human beings. But you are here, looking into the depth of that which is, to find your place and to see if at the end of it you stand as a person or as pure presence, if you stand as a part or as one whole harmony. This is the opportunity of your life, and it is a grand life. You have survived your father's life on this planet, but he's not dead in the way you think, but he's not he in the way you think, nor are you. But this mystery you must solve. You can come. Whoever.
Lots of love, Muji.
Yes, right.
I have 2 or 3 questions, so it will be taking some of your time.
Okay, let's get straight ahead.
A few days back, a shift occurred in my consciousness, and I realized that even my thoughts are not mine. They are occurring to me, like from some space, or I don't know from
Okay,
where.
good.
So if my thoughts are not mine, means how can I decide what is right or wrong? Like whatever I do, I contemplate like whether it's right or wrong. But even if my thoughts are not mine, how I decide that what is right or wrong?
Your thoughts are not yours. Your you is not yours,
Yeah.
even.
Yes.
This is not easy to accept. What it means is, yes, we borrow this for a while. We have the sense, yes, this is me, I'm from this place, this is my brothers and sisters, this is my husband or my wife or something like this. And with these concepts and feelings, a life is shaped somehow. But something has happened with you where you say that somehow there's a shift in the consciousness, and I realize that my thoughts are not mine. Even the thoughts were just thoughts. But this mine is also thought. My thoughts are not mine. Who am I? Well, you can say, I am the perceiver of the thoughts. They come and go, but out of habit, some were identified with. We cannot say one contributed to that particular investment or contact, but it happens. And most thoughts don't trouble me, but some thoughts seem to get attention. And who are you also? I don't know if the shift happened deeply enough to question who you are, because maybe at present the who you are is only the idea you have of who you are, which is also thought, a thought construct also. Let's suppose it was a thought, it is a thought construct. What would be aware of it? Because the sense of myself also is perceivable at some level within myself. Who I'm taking myself to be right now, there's a natural awareness of that. And that awareness is not the thing that is being believed. So let's go to that awareness itself. You see?
Yeah, that's fine. But if you are doing something like, so how you would decide that whether you are doing the right thing or wrong thing? Like if you are like cheating someone or if you are ditching someone, means where is the difference between right or wrong when your thoughts are not even yours?
Yes. There is something deeper than that thought. There's also the natural harmony of the state of being, a kind of conscience of being. Something is there also that intuitively you are tuned into some wider field that informs the actions in this body, where you intuitively sense also when something is. It does not need to stretch into intense moral conditioning. There is an intuitive sense. If you have the feeling of love and hate or resistance, they're already governing some of your actions. What you are attracted to, you will feel that this is good, and what you are repulsed by, you feel that is bad. These are very basic things at first, but what I think is more important for you is that you can begin to trust this process, because you experience that my thoughts are not mine. If my thoughts are not mine, how do I know or discern what is good and what is bad? Actually, well, you can start at saying, if your thoughts are not you, then what is me? You see? Because something was there to recognize my thoughts are not me. So it must know itself. It must know itself to know the thoughts are not what I am. And if it has that much intelligence, then it is functioning on a very much higher intelligence than the person and the thoughts that it saw is not real. You can trust this.
That means we can do anything like we want.
No, it is not like that. It is not like that. It is not like that. Because the person itself is full of wants and attachments, desires and repulsions. That is its climate. Emotionally, intellectually, Psychologically, it is unstable and repressed. And maybe this is what's coming up, that if I take away that suppression or repression, then I can do anything I want. But actually, when you are free of ego, you don't do what you want, you do what you need to. You need to. Something is flowing there.
Means whatever is flowing with you, that is fine. There is
Huh?
no good and bad. Means
Well,
whatever
that is not true. That is not true. There is, you will know that there are some things, for instance, if someone came by and punched someone in the face, just walking by, or kick a dog or something, you'll have a sense that, why you do that?
Yes.
You know, why you hurt this thing? It didn't hurt you. Why are you doing this? You see, so that will happen. You don't have to know the dog personally. You see, something is there in you. You must trust that. We have a mistrust a little bit because we feel that without the control and without the conditioned awareness of something, then you're just going to go out of order and anything goes. Well, actually the contrary is true. That without this tight manipulative, pressure of, manipulating life and controlling things, actually a much more natural flow, a harmony, not based upon human conditioning, but on universal harmony, becomes more the prevailing force there. And you will witness it, in fact, that you feel much kinder, much more open.
Yes, I am feeling like that only.
Yes.
And the second question is like, since childhood I am looking for love, but I am not getting. Like from my parents, means I didn't get the love I wanted. They didn't that much. They were not that much care. They didn't have that much care for their children. Or like in love life also, I didn't get the love I wanted.
Yes.
So since then I'm searching for love and I'm not getting that.
Yes. Actually, love has been with you all along, but you didn't get the love you want. This is a different thing. Love, all life is love. But if you have an idea that, yes, I didn't get it from my mother, I didn't get it from my partner, I need a love. Actually, you want a certain kind of love that is happening through your mind, and we miss the broader expressions of love. And so I say this to advise you not to become tight or rigid about what kind of love will satisfy you. Because if you're so requiring, then in whatever form love is served to you, you're going to find, no, it's not quite like that. It's not quite like this. You see? Because already there's a seed of discontent, and it's saying, no, I want more. I want you to, remind me more. You want you to bring me flowers every day, or whatever it could be. I'm not saying particular to you, but it can be like this. And then you see, they don't love me because you have a shape of what love needs to be for you. And you need to drop all of this thing, you see, because your very existence is shaped out of love. So when you drop some of these ideas, difficult sometimes to drop them, because sometimes you think like, I need to hold them to make sure that I'm not further abused. But the very fact that you hold on to these shapes keeps you tight and limited, and you'll be very unattractive to true love. They say, no, don't go there, she's too tight.
Yes.
You see?
All things which you say, I am understanding now. But if you are in a depression state, like even like a single happy thought you are not getting, so how you come out from the depression?
There's no such thing as a happy thought. It's just you think happily.
Yeah, because my energy is like that, happy thoughts are coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are in a depressed stage, and if you are lying in a bed all day long, and even a slightest positive thought is not coming to you, and you want to think positive, but it's not coming to your like energy field or something. So how to get out of it?
If none of these thoughts is coming to you, why not just forget about all of them?
Then you
No,
are just lying in the bed.
but then, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think if you're waiting for good thoughts to come and they're not coming, there's further cause for depression there.
So how to get out of it?
Get out of bed.
Get out of
bed, go for
depression.
walking.
Means you're not feeling that much strength, not that much power to even get out, to move.
Can you come up here? Let me see you. I want to see you. Come here, please. If I only heard you speaking, but listen to what you were saying, and then I look at you, they don't match up.
I'm not depressed now.
You're not depressed now, but you were before, past.
If I was miss.
Come, let's get this microphone. We're talking. Yeah. Okay, come on. Yes.
I'm not depressed now.
Mm-hmm.
I was depressed before.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was depressed, means I would not be here. Like I didn't get the energy to get up and come to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know how to get out of this situation.
But you're
because
out of it now.
I'm out of it now. But when it happens, like I want to find a way out to get out of it fully.
So it comes and goes.
Yeah.
It comes and goes. When it comes, how long does it hang about for?
There are such kind of circumstances which made me like in depressed state. So when I get adjusted to that, then it goes.
So are you saying that when you accept
Yeah, when I
something
accept.
in it simply goes by itself?
But it takes too much time, like 4 to 5 months or 6 months it can take.
It took you that long to accept it.
If something very bad happened and then I need to accept, like then it takes time, 4 to 5 months.
Because it could also be that you have certain concepts about life, how life should be, and if life doesn't satisfy these projections, it becomes a trigger for some kind of depression. No? This is why I was recommending just drop everything for a moment. Just leave everything. Yeah? And learn to be in this state, empty of listen, leave everything, and get used to just being in this state consciously, without expectation, until you come to a place of total rest in this. That is a state that I would recommend to everybody. You see? Because perhaps one of the great disease of our modern life is the lack of inner space. There's so much going on. Life is so much noise, so much thing, and it seems as though we get clogged up with so much of that. So learning to discover or discovering this ability in you to just be empty again. It is the most important thing. Because the state of depression and the state which I'm calling emptiness is very different. You see, depression has a lot to do with some mental thing too.
But like I don't have that much higher expectations also. Like I have normal expectation, but when they are not getting fulfilled, then I go into the depression. So obviously everyone wants to have love. That is a normal desire to get love. But if you are not getting, or if there are some circumstances in your home or in your married life, then
you have to become lovable again. By that I mean that is your natural state, in fact. But when we build up certain notions, there's a psychic resistance to be in that field. Some people sort of just instinctively feel, no, not her, or something, no? Because either there's too much expectation, and having too much expectation is a big turn-off. You know, if somebody knows you have a lot of expectation, big turn-off. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like hard work from day one. You see? So, you know, it is like that. And I hear also people, they're having problems on the first date. They're already, oh my God, it's impossible. Already expectations. So this is one of the biggest turn-off, is having expectations, and then it's a recipe for unhappiness also within yourself, you see? So I would really strongly recommend getting used to coming back to emptiness and just be in that and learn to love it. Because when you are empty, there's a space in you, and it's like space for the whole world almost, you know?
Yeah, I got to that point, but I have a tendency of blaming myself all along the way since my childhood. Like, I am that kind of person which can never kill an insect also. But my conscious mind knows that it's not my fault. But I don't know from where it came. Like, I keep on blaming myself for the things which are right also. I don't know from where it comes. I feel I'm undeserving also, like if I have done something wrong.
Some people, you know, they have so their minds have screwed up their life so much.
Yes, it is happening with me now.
So there's no other space left. Everything you have turned to mud. So the only thing left now is to come out of that state altogether. Don't try to fix it. Just come out. Sometimes whatever you can see, your mind has destroyed it. The only thing you can do is go to emptiness. This is why I tell you to come to this emptiness. You see? Because the mind has developed some bad habits, and everything it knows how to destroy everything. You say, oh, look at this thing, and it goes, and it's horrible, you know. And everything, so to try and correct this, as you don't, in a way, you're going to use it to your advantage. And what is the advantage? Leave the whole thing altogether. Don't try and repair. Some buildings, they are so badly damaged, to repair them, better you just take the whole thing down. And I don't mean kill the body, no? I mean leave the obsession, leave the tendencies, the habits, no? To leave them. Stop identifying personally. If I can put all the things together into one package, it would be, say, somehow you need to be depersonalized, or just to get out of this personal thing. Yeah.
In life, are there some lessons to be learned? Like, if you are put in a situation, difficult situation, so you have to come out of it learning a lesson. In my life, there are some pattern of things which are repeating themselves. Like 3 or 4 years, it is repeating itself. I don't know what lesson I need to learn to overcome all these patterns. So I'm not getting the answers.
We should take her on laughing yoga. Remember, you have laughing yoga, Mantasaja. It'd be very good to put you on laughing yoga. And your notebook, throw it away. Throw your notebook away. And then sometimes dance, we do some dancing, and you dance and laugh and
I have started doing that also.
Don't study.
I have started.
Oh, started. I thought you said studied. Yeah, like these type of things, like no mind activities.
Yeah, but this question lies in, like, inside. These are the questions which are unanswered.
It will flush it out another way. The mind is too clever at polluting its own projections. So you put him out another way. You see? Just laughing, you laugh him out, laugh. So sometimes we have people who do laughing yoga, and we just make up some scene for them and say, okay, fine, this is what you're going to do, and you're going to laugh. And it doesn't matter if you laugh naturally or unnaturally, okay? You just have to start. Even if you force it, you have to try. You see? And you can see some people, like, they never laughed, you know? Yeah. So they are definitely worth going laughing yoga, and they will laugh, and then after they let go. And this clean out a lot of cobwebs out. Get back into your spontaneity and feel, yes, you see, like that. And don't study so much, just more relaxed, enjoy. And then the mind comes naturally down by itself,
One last question.
Have you been listening to anything I'm saying?
What?
You see, exactly. She says, what? Have you been listening to anything I'm saying? Have you listening?
Yeah, I am listening, and
okay.
I'm following it from my heart.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said that you should be in a tranquil state, like laughing Buddha state, kind of. But if you have to make choices in life, if you have to make decisions, how you make it? I always get stuck in decision making. Means I can't decide whether to go this way or that way.
Yes. When you're laughing, you can't think.
Yeah, but you have to make choices in life.
No, but you can't laugh all the time, You laugh for a little bit, Then you find that there's actually, this choice making is also a bit of an exaggerated mental activity. If you are flowing in harmony with life, you don't have to make so much choice. You see, you are just flowing, and so somehow when things are flowing well, you don't need to choose. Everything is you just go along. Choice making is something more mental. It's based upon, maybe I might do the wrong thing, so I must think of what is the right thing. So this is very basic way, very, very, clumsy way. You see, your life is spontaneity, also freshness, trust, trust, openness, laughter. Very attractive, you see? Laughing, happy, don't care. Very sexy.
Yeah, fine.
Erase that word, sorry. You know what I mean. I mean, just fun.
Yeah, just fun. Can I have a hug?
Yes. We definitely need a hug today. Just 1 minute. Thank you, my love. Very good. Okay, my dear. Look after that book, okay? Okay, I think we are good. Somebody is coming today? I read a few. In Ribugita, the self is a mass of perfectly full existence. The self is a mass of sorrowless bliss. The self is a mass of undiminishing knowledge. The self is one changeless, undivided essence. The self is here. The self is there. The self is everywhere. The self is one complete fullness. There is nothing apart from the exalted self, bless you. All that is seen as duality is the perfectly full self. Apart from the all-pervasive, perfectly full self, there is no world or individual or such. The world the individual and the supreme are entirely of the nature of the supreme self, which is higher than the highest. There is not a trace of doubt in this firm exposition. It is the truth. Whoever has steadfastly listened to and understood this, even once, will become Brahman, the Absolute. The Supreme Shiva, the embodiment of grace, the consort of Uma, established as the infinite power with the Maya in its power, is the cause of this wondrous effect that is the universe, inclusive of this world and others. When inquired into, all this universe with its effect is only a form of the cause, which is the supreme Shiva. Thus did the rare sage Ribhu discourse upon the greatness of the undivided self to the great sage Nidaga.
svijeta, nude sliku dženeta. Allah, Allah, hakala, Allah, Allah, Jalala.
Nice dress you have today.